Back in the 1800s, Silverton was a mining mecca, and that's where all these roads came from. As the mining went boom and bust, one thing that remained were the mountains, and that's why people continue to live here, to live within the beauty of the San Juans.
My first experience in the San Juan Mountains was back when I was probably 10, 12 years old. That exposure out to these beautiful mountains, I thought it was like a fantasy land. And it really made an impact on me for the rest of my life.
The past couple years, we've seen like an explosion in use, both with backcountry users hiking in the mountains and with off-road vehicles. I've heard of the term loving a place to death, and I feel like that's happening in the San Juan Mountains. Silverton is kind of coming to a culminating point in how we decide to manage those different uses and access to public lands.
The pandemic's been hard for everybody. The silver lining is a lot of people really did connect back to nature. But with that comes also a really great responsibility.
There's a need to get more people out there, just simply to educate people on where they are and what they can do to protect the land. As a forest ambassador, my role is to speak for the forest itself. If we can make sure everyone knows about the Leave No Trace principles, what their fire restrictions are, where they can drive their off-road vehicles and where they can't.
Right here, somebody's driven off this road and made these huge foot-deep, ruts in this kind of marsh here that'll take 5-10 years to heal and, go back to this pristine kind of meadow of this high alpine above tree line.
These areas are super fragile, and the alpine tundra is a good example. It takes years for it to grow, but it only takes a few footsteps or car tracks to destroy it. Once one person does it, another person will do it, and it's a domino effect.
It's those little things that we don't think have a really big impact that over time really do.
Growing up or living in a city or a suburban kind of area, you come out here and you don't think about it. It's just like, oh, this is wild and crazy. Let's just go out and do whatever. And you don't see what's going to happen.
My dog is Snuffles. A lot of people may have seen him on my social media because he's always running with me. I think when people do want to come and visit, staying on trail, picking up your trash, and being aware of dogs, keeping them on leash, it's really important.
I've had a lot of rich experiences in the San Juans related to the Hardrock 100, and it creates a value for me for this place that has made this my home.
Be aware, be mindful that this is for everybody, and it's up to us to preserve it so that everybody can use their public lands.
I'm stoked and excited to see so many people out on our public lands, and if we can educate them and turn them into advocates for these areas, we can protect and preserve this wild place for future generations.